May this narrative serve as a reminder that within every ending lies the potent seed of a new beginning, waiting patiently for the courage to bloom.
The scent of lavender and old paperbacks lingered in the air of Clementine's small antique shop, wrapping the room in a softness that usually comforted her. Today it pressed against her lungs like something heavy. Sunlight filtered gently through lace curtains, illuminating drifting dust motes as though they too were suspended in hesitation. Outside, Oakhaven moved as it always did. Neighbors exchanged warm greetings. Willow Lake lapped quietly against its shore. The town existed like a painted postcard, serene, predictable, beautiful. And Clementine was supposed to be happy. Her fingers traced the intricate filigree of the antique engagement ring resting on her left hand. It was beautiful, historic, symbolic, and unbearably heavy. Everything about her life lately felt rehearsed. The laughter, the smiles, the shared glances meant to communicate depth and devotion. She had almost convinced herself it was real, that this was the love story she had always dreamed of. Almost. She looked around her shop, at the mismatched teacups, the worn leather armchair, the carefully curated shelves of stories and histories. Every object held a memory, every piece had endured time. She had believed her relationship with Liam would do the same. Their wedding plans had unfolded in a flurry of excitement. Invitations mailed, cake tastings scheduled, dress fittings completed. The old converted mill outside town booked as their venue. Her delicate lace gown hanging in quiet anticipation. Everything appeared perfect. But beneath the surface something hummed, a faint dissonance. Liam's eyes sometimes flickered away when she asked simple questions. Conversations stretched just a second too long in silence. His touch occasionally felt delayed, absent. She had blamed stress, wedding nerves, the pressures of adulthood. She wanted the fairy tale, and so she wrote over the cracks. The proposal itself had been breathtaking. A moonlit clearing by Willow Lake, rose petals scattered carefully, the antique ring glimmering like captured starlight. "I love you, Clementine," Liam had said, voice thick with emotion. "More than anything, I want to spend the rest of my life proving that to you." She had believed him. She had said yes. Yet even then, buried beneath the romance, a subtle tremor lingered. His hand had shaken. His words had carried a strange urgency, as if sealing something shut rather than opening something new. She had ignored it. Until now, because now, in the suffocating stillness of Liam's home office, the illusion was unraveling. "There's something," Liam began, unable to meet her eyes. "Something I should have told you a long time ago." Clementine's breath steadied. "What is it, Liam?" He swallowed. "I've been seeing someone else." The words detonated quietly, but completely. The room shifted. The air froze. "Someone else?" she repeated. He spoke of loneliness, of weakness, of stress, of mistakes. "It meant nothing," he insisted. "You mean everything. It was a lapse in judgment." "A lapse?" she asked, disbelief sharpening her voice. "You proposed to me. You spoke about forever, while you were with someone else." "I was going to end it," he said quickly. "I thought if I committed to you, truly committed, I could fix it. Fix it. By burying betrayal beneath a ring. By building permanence on dishonesty." Clementine stood, the weight of the heirloom suddenly unbearable. "I need time," she said quietly. And she walked away, not with joy, but with the crushing understanding that the future she had envisioned had already shattered. In the kitchen, Clementine stood motionless, unsure why she had even walked there. The phrase replayed in her mind. Seeing someone else? Over and over. Questions rose like a storm tide. Had she been loved? Or convenient? Had her devotion simply made her easy? She revisited memories now tinted with suspicion. The late nights, the distant gazes, the phone always face down, the single strand of blonde hair she once found on his navy jacket. She remembered him once saying, "I could never cheat, Clementine. My commitment would be absolute. If I'm with someone, I'm with them fully. Anything less would be a betrayal of everything we are." The irony burned. Growing up in Brazil, Clementine had been surrounded by color, laughter, and music that seemed to live in the air itself. Life had been loud there, vibrant and alive, in ways Oakhaven rarely was. She turned toward the window but saw only reflection. And in that reflection, she saw something unsettling. Her identity had been intertwined with being Liam's fiancée. His choice, his future. If he had chosen someone else too, what did that make her? Unworthy? Replaceable? The loneliness pressed hard. There was no one to call, no version of this story she felt strong enough to tell. But in the quiet, something shifted. A thought, small but insistent. Her worth could not be reduced to his decision. Later that evening, she asked Liam to find somewhere else to stay. The silence that followed was immense, yet within that silence, Clementine began noticing small things, the way sunlight painted her kitchen gold at dusk, the comfort of holding her favorite mug alone, the gentle escape of reading a forgotten novel, tiny acts, quiet independence. She began walking in the evenings, feeling her footsteps, the breeze, the warmth of the setting sun. Her grief was not linear. Some days felt unbearable, but slowly. She reframed her thoughts. Days turned into weeks. The wedding venue was cancelled. The dress remained unworn. The ring, once a promise, became a question. One morning, standing in her shop before opening hours, Clementine held the ring up to the light. It sparkled beautifully, just as it had the night he proposed. But now she understood something new. The ring carried history, not destiny. Its meaning had never lived in the metal. It had lived in her belief, and belief could change. She slipped the ring off slowly, deliberately, not in rage, not in bitterness, but in clarity. Life continued. But Clementine was no longer rehearsing a role. She was rediscovering herself, not as someone chosen, not as someone abandoned, but as someone inherently whole,